Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure meeting you. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone for attending the 2020 Extreme Tech Challenges ASEAN and Korea's Regional Competition, a program co-sponsored by the World Knowledge Forum and Try Everything, and supported by the KDB Next Round and Nextunicorn. My name is Chang Park from Korea Development Bank, as known as KDB. Some of you might be interested in why a person from KDB is standing in front of you. It is because KDB is running a platform called KDB Next Round, which is a venture investment platform and connects startups and investors, with its purpose to promote entrepreneurship and to stretch the boundaries of startups. Since 2016, we have introduced over 1,300 startups through our platform. As a result, KDB Next Round was chosen as one of Global Sustainable Brands Top 40 by the United Nations last year. Therefore, aligning with XTC's mission, which is to elevate the next generation of entrepreneurs, creating new technologies and innovations to benefit humankind, which is also inspired by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In the same context, I could think of no other leading figure and also privileged to introduce Mr. Kim Ban, the former Secretary General of the United Nations. During his 2 consecutive terms, Mr. Ban shaped and launched the 2030 Agenda for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Furthermore, Mr. Ban has pressed successfully for action to combat climate change by adopting and enforcing of the landmark Paris Agreement in 2016. Even today, he continues his leading role in the sustainable development area as the chairman of the Presidential National Council to deal with particulate matter and as president of the Assembly and chair of the Council of Global Green Growth Institute. Please welcome the former Secretary General of the UN, the chairman of the Presidential National Council for Particulate Matters, the president of GGGI, and chairman of the IOC Ethics Committee, Mr. Kim Ban.
Thank you for your warm introduction. Mr. Park Chang-ha, Senior Manager of KDB, XTC Korea ASEAN Competition Finalist, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm incredibly honored to speak to you on the occasion of XTC Korea ASEAN Regional Competition here at the 21st World Knowledge Forum. I take this opportunity to show my appreciation to today's co-host, World Knowledge Forum, and Try Everything. And my special congratulations go to XTC Korea ASEAN Regional Competition finalists. You are part of a select group of entrepreneurs who are harnessing innovation and technology to address global challenges. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the startup ecosystems of Korea and the ASEAN countries are continuing to attract increased global attention, I'm happy to meet today's exciting startup leaders who are advancing global solutions alongside innovative growth. The young and dynamic ASEAN countries where 60% of the population is under the age of 35 have been recording steady economic growth each year pre-COVID-19. Indeed, this region is emerging as an active player in the startup markets where the United States and China are currently dominating. The high rate of smartphone usage, internet skills of young people, enhanced regulatory reform, and the support of governments have created an environment in which young leaders like the ASEAN, in the ASEAN countries have the opportunity to explore a new business to activate impressive startups. As a result, unicorn companies such as Gojek, vehicle sharing company Grab, travel platform Traveloka, and Bukalapak, the Amazon of Southeast Asia, have been created, among others. Korea is also prominent in the global startup market, ranking 6th on the list of unicorn company owners. As the startup ecosystem is steadily growing, global conglomerates such as Google and Microsoft are showing elevated interest in fostering Korean startups. This is because Korea has high growth potential based on solid technology and the institutional support of the government. As such, the passion for startups continues to rise in Korea and the ASEAN countries. Particularly, all of you who have gathered here today are realizing social values for the common prosperity of humanity and introducing new technologies in connection with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals, 17 goals, is one of the United Nations' most significant achievements. I can proudly tell you that, not because this was adopted during my time as Secretary General, but I can tell you, in the name of all the member states of the United Nations, that this is by far, in 70th history, until during that time, the most far-reaching and most ambitious vision the United Nations has ever presented to the world's people at any time. United Nations has been speaking and making a lot of ambitious agendas, like a Millennium Development Goals in 2000. But this has not been met. And now we have made it clear that by 2030, then there should be nobody who is suffering, who will suffer from abject poverty. There should be nobody who will be out of school. And there should be nobody who will have to die needlessly from preventable diseases. These are something like poverty eradication, education, water, energy, inequality, hunger, climate change, human rights, public health, peace and justice, and gender equality, and lastly, global partnership. I have not named all 17, but just naming all this means cover every aspect of human being as well as our planet Earth. In that regard, I'm very proud that it was adopted upon my recommendation. Of course, negotiations and consultations. Many of you, and including myself, must have attended many concerts and operas, and at the end, there's always a big applause, standing ovations. But I have never seen such extended standing ovation by the world's political leaders. There were at least 150 presidents or prime ministers, and a lot of representatives of youth group, including Malala Yousafzai, the Nobel Peace Laureate. And there were almost 300 young people just asking for world leaders to do something better for their future. This is what I can. That's why I have become a missionary of Sustainable Development Goals. I'm wearing this one always. You will see me wearing this one wherever I will be in the future. Check about that. In any way, then 5 years has passed already. This is 2020. What's the score record of implementation or performance of the member states. I am not happy with the member states, including Korea, my own home country. They're not doing much as expected by the world's people like yourself. That is why I'm sitting and standing with you together today, because you are the ones who will really play a role as locomotive in pushing this. As a Secretary General, I have been speaking out that it needs to have global partnership among governments, private sectors, represented by you, and civil society. These days, civil society plays a very important role. That's why I'm very happy. You belong to civil society as well as a private sector, business group. You are the most energetic and dynamic young leaders on whom we really depend upon. You may not have much hope on me. Then what's the score is that there is a German foundation called Bertelsmann Stiftung. This is Bertelsmann Foundation who checked the country by country. According to their report, they checked 160 or 70 countries, not all 193. But among them, they have found 20 well-performing countries, from 1 to 20. But all these 20 countries mostly belong to European Union, European countries. There are 4 non-European countries. Amongst those are Canada, New Zealand, and Japan, and fortunately, Korea. So these are 4 non-European countries. But Canada, New Zealand, Japan, they are all almost like European, almost the same. Yeah. Western, so-called Western countries. The Eastern country, real meaning of Eastern country is just Korea. Japan is number 3 economic power in the world. So they play and they act like Westerners, Japanese people. I don't know whether Japanese are here. They regard themselves. So then does it make that Korean government, Korean people should be happy with this? As a former Secretary General, I'm not happy with what the Korean government is doing. They should, and they could have done much better, much better. This is what I'm really asking, particularly Korean entrepreneurs here. As you are well aware, social impact refers to products of meaningful positive change on socially urgent and important issues. Therefore, government and a variety of investors such as yourselves and global companies are paying greater attention, greater role to attention to startups with innovative technologies. They recognize that companies with a social impact are capable of sustainable growth by creating positive social economic values. Korea and ASEAN countries have achieved rapid economic growth, and behind it, key challenges such as home income disparity, environmental population, and climate change remain. These are all critical global challenges which require a global and sustainable response. When I was just a mid-career officer, diplomatic officer, in the Korean government, we were very proud that all ASEAN countries' national GDP combined was equivalent to that of South Korea, my country. But now, can we it has changed. That means while South Korea has made a lot of progress, but ASEAN 10 countries have also made a greater stride. We cannot compare that like that way. Sometimes Koreans were very proud. Well, we can add up 53, at that time 53 African countries, and we almost equal South Korean economy, equal to 54 African countries combined, but no way these days. While Korea is number 12 or number 11 or number 13, we belong to up to 12th. But now each and every country, even developing countries, they have done a lot of progress. So we have to do, particularly we have to do all together in a sustainable and equal way. Now, I firmly believe that we can tackle these challenges and help achieve sustainable development by harnessing innovative technologies on the basis of a fourth industrial revolution. We have every tools, science and technological development, innovation, fourth industrial revolution. For example, smart grid, local energy solutions, real-time traffic management, water management, and smart technologies will all enable our future cities to be more effective. This is important as urbanization continues. However, it's not enough for cities to be smart if they only cater to affluent professionals or young people or those who are able-bodied. Rather, future cities must be underpinned by inclusivity for all, young and old, men and women, rich and poor, citizens and migrants. In a metaphorical way, I have been saying that, cities are the culprits of everything bad. Everything bad. Poverty is with the cities, and crimes, health issues, and refugees, and something bad are always happening and residing with these cities, while cities are growing in terms of its size, but that means we are not living in a sustainable cities. And therefore, I am really urging the government leaders to, first of all, plan the cities in a sustainable way for future purpose for everybody. With this in mind, the challenges that you are currently undertaking will become the seeds of future innovation and produce the social impact which can enrich our world. Under this backdrop, the 2020 XTC Korea ASEAN Regional Competition of the Extreme Tech Challenge XTC, which is the world's largest social innovation startup competition, is an incredibly fitting forum for the leaders of tomorrow to able to unleash their full potential. I strongly believe that it will provide a great opportunity for everyone in taking a step forward in the global market. I hope that through this competition, all of you can present forward-thinking solutions to deal with the social problems of humanity on a larger stage and eventually grow into the next unicorn in the field of social impact. For this, I'd like to ask you for two elements: the persistence and cooperation. At the moment, we are facing an economic crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As such, we are unfortunately experiencing a market freeze at a time when active intervention in the shared sphere of social impact are all in the more required. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude. Despite our current difficulties, if we center our recovery from COVID-19 based on inclusivity and sustainability, new opportunities will arise too. Areas such as healthcare, bio, information, and communication that combine related technologies are rapidly emerging. I have been urging the governments, as a former Secretary General, it's important, it's inevitable, that all the governments take urgent economic recovery, sustaining, resuscitating economy. It's okay. But do not lose the longer vision. Do not put like an issue like climate change in the back burner. You can spend money, but this money should be spent in a sustainable way to address, first and foremost, in addressing climate. We have to see a bigger picture rather than trying to gain shorter political gains. The tendency of most of the political leaders, they always working for the votes to maintain their regime. This is what I'm terming as short-term political gains. You are young generation, you have a longer vision. The Korean government and investors will have to spare no efforts in supporting Korean and ASEAN countries to lead these new industries, and this competition will be mutually beneficial for all of us. You hold the keys to unlock a more innovative and sustainable world through your talents, so please center your efforts and your vision based on global citizenship, not on short-term gains. That should be based on United Nations vision, United Nations goals, which are well included in 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and particularly Paris Climate Change Agreement. I'm confident that your technology, your brilliance, and your know-how and experience will contribute to a better future for all. And let us work together, ladies and gentlemen, to make this world better for all. Before we will have to regret for our succeeding generation. We have a moral, political responsibility to make sure that our succeeding generations will be able to live in a much, much better future for all. I thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you for your inspirational speech. As Chairman Ban addressed, setting on goals and giving vision is one thing, and actually exercising it and practicing it to this world is another. Fortunately, I think XTC is one of the major supporting programs of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Today, so in that context, today, leading global companies play a significant role in the world of startups and are working closely with startups more than ever. Samsung is one of those companies that lead the collaboration between startups and global companies, and also a partner of extreme tech challenges. Therefore, there will be no well-fitted entity to walk us through extreme tech challenges. Please welcome Mr. Tony Kim, the Director of Samsung Strategy and Innovation Center at Samsung Electronics.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here to speak about extreme tech challenge. I'm very excited to see the pitch from potential world-changing startup today. I'm Tony Kim. Yep. I'm Tony Kim. I lead the Samsung Strategy Innovation Center in Korea. Samsung is proud to be a founding partner Extreme Tech Challenge. So we as a humanity face some very serious challenges, from the climate change to social inequality to COVID-19. While many working in government, NGOs, and development has been working to address this for a long time, corporations and startups are also realizing that this problem cannot be ignored and that they must utilize their ingenuity and resources to address them. XTC is built on the belief that innovation through startup represents a great opportunity to address many of the world's largest problems. So XTC is a non-profit organization that selects outstanding startups through the world's largest startup competition for entrepreneurs addressing global challenges. And we leverage our network of partner, corporation, and innovator to help them succeed. XTC supported by some of world-leading companies, including Samsung, Ford, Intel, Microsoft, and ARM, as well as leading universities, tech events, and venture firms. XTC look for startups in 7 key categories where startup can make the most impact on the SDGs. The categories are agriculture, food and water, clean tech and energy, education, enabling technologies, fintech, health, and transportation and smart cities. We also have a special award tracks for female founders and COVID-19 innovation. XTC select over 50 finalists that have a chance to become the XTC global final winner. Today, 2 companies will be selected to become XTC finalists. The last year's winner include companies from 7 countries that are truly innovating to address global challenges. There are companies like Genesis, Microgen, Rewire, and Typecore. XTC Connect started with a network of investors, corporations, and mentors to help them gain visibility, raise capital, launch corporate collaborations, get mentorship, and ultimately scale their startups while also scaling their global impact. Through the competition around the world on the global stage, like the World Knowledge Forum today, TechCrunch, Slush, and VivaTech, selected startups gain broad visibility among our audience of investors, tech leaders, and media. For example, our XTC evaluation committee included many of the world-leading investors like you see above. This give a startup a unique opportunity to access investor and raise capital to scale their company and their impact, regardless of their own personal network or geography. XTC finalists also get world-class mentorship and training from senior executives, entrepreneurs, and investors on topics like how to build a culture that values diversity, pitching investors, avoiding legal pitfalls, how to scale, grow internationally, and many other crucial topics that entrepreneurs need to know. If you are a founder of a startup that is addressing global challenges, no matter where you are located, you can apply to join XTC at extremetechchallenge.org. We'll be hosting virtual and regional competition around the world, and we hope you will join us. Thank you for joining today, and we hope you are inspired by the startup pitch today and are motivated to go build something good for world yourself. Now, without further delay, let's get started.
Thank you, Mr. Tung Kim. So today we have 10 ASEAN and Korean companies, and 2 from those companies will receive the qualifications for XTC Global Finals in the next year's Vivatech in Paris, and a place at the main stage at NextRise 2021. We have 18 judges joining us today from renowned investment entities. Every startup will have a 10-minute IR speech, including Q&A. Please place your questions through the webinar page, and for the judges, please raise your hand. Please note that some of the startups will be presenting online. Now, enough of the introduction, and let us begin. The startup who saved the most lives on Earth. That's the Wave Talk mission's statement. The Wave Talk, a Korean startup, strives every day to achieve this mission statement by providing IoT water sensors and rapid bacteria detection devices. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Young Kim, CEO of the Wave Talk.
안녕하세요. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Young Kim,
Good afternoon. I am Kim Young-duk.
CEO and co-founder of this company, The Wave Talk. I know it's huge, the Korean startup who saved the most lives on Earth. The Wave Talk developed a new laser sensor technology which can check water quality at home by everyone, together with your smartphone. And also based on this same technology, we can detect superbacteria less than 6 hours. The most interesting point of this technology is we can make this machine in $300 US. Conventional one is, $100,000 US. Let's start. Can you guess what it is? It's not cancer. It's bacteria. Based on UN WHO report, 600 million people got infected every year because of bacteria. And 10 million people will die in year 2050 every year. Actually, bacteria is living organism. Bacteria composed of 70% of water, so they live in water. For drinking water, there is very strict legal limitation to limit total amount of the impurity, including bacteria, virus, and microplastic and heavy metals, so on. But in the water, it's still transparent. They have very similar refractive index, in a sense, density. So even though the total amount of the impurity, including bacteria, over legal limitation set by WHO, it's still transparent. It looks clean. That's the problem. We developed, together with KAIST, a home water sensor. It can check if it is drinkable or undrinkable in 10 seconds. You can simply put water and place it here and touch the button, and it will check the total impurity if it is over legal limitation or not. Yes, there is water sensor right now in the market, and the price is $2,000 US. Our Sense Cup has the same accuracy level like this. This is 7,000 US dollar, built by a global company. We are targeting 50 US dollar. It's not just saying we have the product, we're going to launch this product next month in Korea. And next year we'll launch globally. Drinking water problem for your tap water, municipal water. Korean government every year, they are spending about 12 billion US dollar to guarantee clean and safe water to home. Worldwide, it's about 400 billion US dollar only for drinking water system. But they fail to guarantee water quality. Why? Because there is no sensor at home. They do have very accurate sensor like this in the water purifying system. But here in Korea, we have 200,000 kilometer pipeline to produce municipal water. In America, 3 million kilometer, and their age is at least more than 50 years. We cannot change their pipeline every year. So at the end of the pipeline, if it looks transparent, we can drink it. And what's happening in Milwaukee? 400,000 people got infected after drinking tap water, and 103 people died. In 1993, the water problem is not only in America, in Africa. Here in Korea, what happened in Incheon last year? 500,000 people got suffered, and they sued the government. If we have a tiny water sensor at every tap water, at the end of every tap water supplying line, that's the best way. We collect the data, and we minimize the cost to maintain water quality by using this big data. This is the one which we're going to launch next month in Korea first. And with your smartphone, you can check not only tap water, but also your purified water. Do you have 100% guarantee the water from your water purifier is safe? It's not. In every year here in Korea, several thousand customer claim for water purifier. That's true. Every air purifier at your home, there is air quality sensor. But there is no water purifier having water sensor. Now you know the reason. The water sensor itself is much expensive than water purifier itself. Together with KAIST and other cooperating company, we develop a new laser sensor technology by adding deep learning system. We can check water quality and superbacteria, antibiotic susceptibility test. Actually, we have more than 50 patents. One of our patents was selected one of the top 8 patent of the year by Korean Patent Department. And without real product, the possibility of this technology, honorably, we won top 7 out of their 3,000 startup in Hello Tomorrow, and top 3 Imagine H2O, and Water Industry Innovation Award from the Minister of the Environment in Korea, and CS Innovation Award. We just finished the development and going to launch. I mentioned another product to detect superbacteria in hospital. 200 years ago, Fleming found bacteria, and they put there some sample on agar, which is the food of the bacteria, and they store that agar plate in a hot oven at least 24, 48 hours, and then now you can see the bacteria and they count it. Now in the hospital, we are doing same thing. Especially in developing country, they cannot afford to use their 100,000 US dollar machine to check their superbacteria antibiotic susceptibility test, and they have to wait 24, 48 hours to see the result. If you consider death possibility, a survival ratio decreasing 5% every hour if you got infected in superbacteria. 24 hours is enough time to kill people. 2 weeks ago, we got government fund about $2.5 million to develop this machine. And together with the Seoul National University Hospital and Jeonbuk National University Hospital, we developed this machine, and it can check the superbacteria susceptibility test in 3 hours. The most interesting point of this machine is the price. Our target price is $300. For last 4 years, our 20 young and enthusiastic members have been developing this technology and failed again. And we put almost $12 million by VC and government funded. And 20 companies or more, they are waiting for this company and cheering up with NDA and MOU. Now it's time. We're going to launch Sense Cup at home version, and we're going to Sense Cup portable version next year, and we're going to launch the rapid algorithm to detect superbacteria. The Korean startup who saved the most life on Earth. This is about water. This is about superbacteria, and those are ever-increasing danger to human beings. My name is Young Kim, CEO and co-founder of this company. Thank you for your listening. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you for your passionate presentation. Now we'll answer some questions. I'll give priority to the judges. Yes, Mr. Shin Shane. I think it's better for you to use a mic because there are people watching on online.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I really enjoyed it. I want to understand how you plan to sell. So because it seems that you're going B2C,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And what is the strategy, how you plan to sell?
Yeah. First of all, one of our investors is Neighbor, so we're going to use the Neighbor store, and we're online sale, okay, at the very beginning, and so also we are dealing with someone in Amazon to launch this product next year, and also Alibaba together with the Seoul City, we're going to introduce to them, and then we'll discuss. That's the first step. And one thing I like to put some emphasis on is we are dealing with one giant water purifier company who want this main function into their home water purifier. And so B2C and then B2B2C.
It's more like a consideration. I do think you should think about the go-to-market strategy. Because just because you have an online store doesn't mean it will sell easily.
Mm-hmm.
Although the value prop is very clear. So it's more like a consideration. Second question I had was, you emphasize the 10 seconds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm a customer, like just me as a Shane, if I'm like thirsty, 10 seconds is actually a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm curious how you want to solve that. And if the use case is I have 정수기,
Yes, sir.
right? And then if I have to just do it once every week, I think it's more than fine.
Yeah.
But if I have to drink every day, every hour, I cannot wait the 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, I think so. 10 seconds, if we try use this machine, 10 seconds is quite long. Yeah. So our final goal is 5 seconds, but it's not done yet. But 5 seconds is a little bit better. So.
But even if it's 5 seconds, you have to put your cup into that. You have to wait. Because you lose a customer just for a few seconds, actually, just for a fraction of the second.
So that is our first version for home usage, and this is just going to be. This is not a real product. This is second version. So we just take the water, and then inside this cup there is a laser sensor. So I think at least 6 seconds. That's our second step. But I'm still not a second.
Oh, thank you. Is there another question from the floor? Yes, please. Lady from the back.
Thank you for your great presentation, and I'm Jinji Kim from HGI. I have two questions about your antibiotic susceptibility test. The first one is about what kind of body fluid you are going to apply to your product, like
What kind of
body fluid, like blood or urine or the CSF fluid, or what kind of body fluid you are going to apply. And the second question is there any possibility to shorten the 3-hour time limit? Because in the case of sepsis or the septic shock, the antibiotic infusion within 1 hour is very important for saving lives. So is there any possibility?
Number one question is, right now in the hospital, if a patient got infected and they take for example, blood and urine and something else, and then they grow the bacteria on the agar, and they take the pure bacteria sample and grow it again, and then they do their antibiotic susceptibility test. Our target is for this, the last part of this section. Okay, as you may know, the great French company bioMérieux, they have several $100,000 machine for automatic. There is great technology, very accurate technology, that is agar plating. Only limitation of this technology, it's very cheap, and we can do it. Everybody can do that actually in a hospital. But the problem is it takes too long time to see if bacteria grows or not without naked eyes. We just use the same protocol of this agar plate one, but just place this agar on this machine, and it can automatically read if bacteria grow or not. That's what we are doing. So it's for all kind of the infection disease. Number two is 3 hours is actually 3 hours is the final call. At this moment, we're going to publish this result through the scientific report, maybe next month. And then at this moment, it's a 4 hour. So it's about 20% of the conventional one. So I think it's enough. And to my knowledge, the Vitec from the bioMérieux, it will take about 10 to 12 hours something. If we refer to the target price of this machine, $300, that means for almost all developing country, they can use this. So I cannot say less than 3 hours is possible or not. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for your time. Yes. Please give another applause to Mr. Young Kim.
Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
So for our next company, typically trade fairs conducted seminars and business matching between each country and sold these products. However, due to COVID-19, changes are inevitable. On-site trade shows had been changed to online trade fairs and have performed online. Mr. Maekyung had developed Myanmar's first Myanmar online expo park platform with cloud technology and created an easy and straightforward online trade. Please welcome Mr. Maekyung from CyberKing. We can't hear the sound. Can you please double check your system? Sorry, I think we do have a technical issue with the sound. Our technical team is double checking. Okay, I think we're ready. Once more, please welcome Mr. Maekyung from CyberKing.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Maekyung. I am CEO and founder of CyberKing ICT Solution. I am very proud of CyberKing being trusted company of my country, Myanmar, to represent the country in the exciting of 2020 XTC ASEAN Korea Regional occasion. Thank you. I would like to introduce my presentation in 3 portions. One is the short history of the CyberKing. The next one is our survey. The final one is our strategic plan. and to invite all over the international investor. For year 2006, I founded the Cyber King. After 10 years later, I founded again the Zero ERP solution. In this Zero ERP solution, we had the three products. One is the Zero ERP solution platform. Next one is a Myanmar online export platform. The final one is a Zero Shop Save platform we have. Here is our energetic team at Cyber King. This is our chairman, Professor Kim Ho. She retired from the University of the Computer Studies, Yangon, Myanmar. Our team co-member, as you see in the screen, have been running together and faithfully nearly 15 years. Next one, I would like to introduce our service. We partition the three services. The one is Zero ERP solution platform. The second one is Myanmar Online Export Platform. The final one is Zero Shop Save platform we have. First one of our service is Zero ERP solution. Zero ERP is the product of Cyber King company. In this ERP, altogether we have 8 modules: DMS, Distribution Management System; ASEAN, Supply Chain Management System; ACC, Accounting System; WMS, Warehouse Management System; ES, E-commerce System; payment system, and sales system. The final one is manufacturing production management system. Altogether, 8 modules we have. Next one, I would like to introduce the MOEP, Myanmar Online Export Platform. In this platform, we have the many features. Buyer and seller can meet easily in this platform. Next feature is Expo seminar we have. So the many famous speakers locally and internationally can speak and can share their experience on this platform very easily. Now communication is very good and very excellent and very easily in this platform. Buyer seller can directly meet with and talk with using the text, video, and any their communication mobile. Next one is we can also arrange the one-to-one business matching so the buyer and seller can meet in this platform. In this COVID-19 period, our Myanmar exporter, Myanmar product can produce and sold or can sell in this using this platform, trade to the international very easily. Vice versa, also international product can import and put onto our local. very easily in using this platform. This our CyberCam, one of the service, one of the products. The third one is our service is Zero Sales platform. In this platform, all over the Myanmar country, many shops can sell their product using this platform very easily. So the shopkeeper can manage their product, their financial statement very easily using this platform. Okay, investment on CyberCam. For year 2006, we founded the CyberCam, $30,000 USD. After 10 years later, year 2016, $400,000 USD I will be invested. So the Zero ERP solution was born. Zero means just in time, usability, distribution, opportunity. After that, we got the profit from both of the profit we got. One is a financial profit, and next one is a non-financial profit. Financial profit is, as you see in the screen and the PowerPoint, non-financial profit, we got the trust from our customer, our value customer, a government organization, and international customer, we can got the easily. Next one, our target customer or our vision. Next one, I would like to share the business model canvas or the Zero ERP solution or CyberCam company. We have key partner, key activity, key resources, value proposition, customer relationship, channel, customer segment, and we had good cost structure, revenue stream. The final one on my presentation is a strategic plan. We have trade platform or CyberCam, as you see in the screen. In this trade platform, we have many clients in this platform. Business domain type is organic farming, livestock, agriculture, many sector we have. So previous month, August year 2020, we held Myanmar Online Expo Pad successfully. This platform is approved by Ministry of Commerce, Myanmar. So I would like to invite the Korean investor, if your country, a Korea International trade platform or digital platform can link our trade platform, we can get the mutual profit. For example, your international product can easily trade in and sell in Myanmar country via our platform. Vice versa, our product, our Myanmar product, Myanmar export product can easily sell, trade to your international via our trade platform. Next one is our Myanmar product. We can get a lot of benefit, collaboration together. We can get the many benefit in this platform. In my strategic plan, our international investor can get benefit or proposal as you see in screen. I would like to show our intellectual property and award as you see in my PowerPoint. The final one is our value customer and partner, locally and globally we have. Thank you so much for your time to listen and see what CyberCam has done and its strategic plan in the future. I am looking forward to see you personally and share more detail about CyberCam. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. First of all, sincere apologies at the beginning of the IR. We had some technical issues. Does anyone have a question from the floor, from the juries? Sorry, judges. Yes, Madame Phong.
Hello, yes. Hello, does it work?
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
it's working fine.
Yes. I'm just curious, thank you for the presentation. I'm just curious to know what, according to you, makes a difference between your product and products that already exist with Salesforce or these kind of offers. I couldn't really see what is the big differentiating edge of your solution.
Yes, thank you for your question. My difference is new normal. So our product, Myanmar Online Expo, but is developing in this banded duration. It's a new normal way to overcome the social distancing to trade globally. So this is a new normal way for, but it's a different. Another one is my platform is the integrated and cooperate with the natural and organic Myanmar exporter in Myanmar country. Myanmar exporter can know well in my platform. So it's the for international side to buy and to see. So easily to chat and buy the Myanmar product via my platform. Is the second differentiation. That one is in my platform, in Myanmar side, the Myanmar Ministry of the Commerce approved my platform. So the international buyer reliability is good, and so they can buy reliability. This is a third differentiation. The final one is the technology is the own product of my company. So all of the technology we use a native programming, so the very easily control and change and customizing is my fourth differentiation. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there another question from the floor? Yes, Mr. Shane.
Hello, I'm curious what's the retention rate of the customers, and if you lost them, why did they not renew the contract?
Thanks.
Sorry, let me
Contrast?
repeat the yeah.
Yes.
What is the retention rate of the customers, the B2B customers? Because it's ERP, so I assume you have a B2B customers you showed. And if it is, so what is the retention rate? And then second, where did they go if you lost them?
Yes, it's a bit. ERP is a B2B contract. So the if they want to cooperate and contract with me, so the easily to contract with this platform.
Yes.
When I call is very cheap. Yes.
Yes, I think the question that Mr. Shane presented was, how many of the 10 customers you have left you, and can you please tell us the reason why they left? Why did they not renew your contract with you? Yes, thank you. I think it's because that we're not joining us by offline. It's not that intimate and that close to us to do. It's hard to communicate through online. So I think it's I have to say thank you, Mr. Miyatsu, for your lovely presentation, and we'll be shortly joining with you afterwards, after the whole presentation. Thank you. So our next startup, in many countries, insurance is still perceived as a complicated and luxurious item. Koala, an Indonesian startup, is challenging this perception through easy usage and technology. Please welcome Mr. Tommy Martin, the founder and COO of Koala.
Hi, my name is Tommy. I'm the co-founder of Koala. We are a 2-year-old Series A insurtech company that offers a multi-channel insurance solution, and currently we are serving more than 2 million customers every month. In terms of our investor, we are backed by Development Bank Investment and Sequoia India, among many of our investors. So what kind of problems that are we solving today? Insurance serves as a very important part of our life to protect us and our family against life-changing events and financial risk. However, the adoption of insurance in the region is still very low, in particular for developing countries. And there's always this perception that insurance is only for middle to higher segment, but in fact, insurance is even more important for lower segment, as they will easily recover against financial shock due to life-changing events. But what are the barriers to adoption today? Customer awareness and affordability are the two main issues, and these are due to the insurance products that are traditionally served through offline channels, such as agency and bank insurance channels. The cost to serve the customers through these channels are manual and also very expensive, and therefore the type of products that are sold are naturally more on the higher value products. Hence, there's a gap in terms of providing a more accessible and affordable insurance products to the mass market. Also, if you look at the current pandemic situation, many businesses unfortunately need to close down to cut their loss. Many families struggling financially due to the loss of job, medical expenses, and also losing their loved ones. And insurance become even more important during this time to protect us against this kind of risk. Creating the accessibility for this with the digital experience would be the key for us to solve. At Koala, we offer a multi-channel insurance technology solution to create access to insurance products, whether it's online or offline. On our online model, we see that digital adoption has been growing rapidly over the past few years, enabling millions of customers to perform any transactions online, ranging from travel ticketing, shopping, groceries to financial services. So we work with this digital platform to build a set of affordable and lifestyle-focused insurance products sold through their platforms to complement their customer online experience. For example, if you are buying your clothing online, you will enjoy more variety of choices, but you won't be able to try it out before you buying it. Hence, this actually creates a risk when the clothes doesn't fit you. Exactly the same problems happen when you are booking a hotel online, just purely based on the pictures. The hotel rooms and facilities may not look the same as you think, so there's an insurance for those. On the offline side, while it's still dominated by traditional high-value insurance products, we see that there's a lot of digital opportunities in terms of optimizing the speed and efficiency to serve the customer better. Customers nowadays are used to instant gratification given their digital experience exposure, and hence we create an application to enable selling insurance to become digital, faster and easier. To achieve those, technology serves as our core foundation to provide this experience to the customers. Insurance system traditionally is not built to serve millions of customers per month, and it's also not designed to work with the third-party system. So we act as the technology bricks to provide multiple integration solutions, whether it's through API, FTP, or email integration. And we also build an operational dashboard for both of our digital platform and insurance partners. Then after the sales happen, instant gratification will be the key as well. The speed and the experience for the customer to get the insurance policy need to be equally good and fast. Last but not least, and probably the most important part of the insurance experience is the claim process. Insurance is a virtual product, and the only way to feel the benefit is through the claim. However, all the claim process are still manual, full of paperwork, and will take 1 to 2 weeks to process. This is due to insurance company protecting themselves against potential fraud from the customer, and also the lack of technology to support them. So we invest in building this kind of claim technology to solve the insurance company's pain points, while providing a superior claim experience for the customer. And we're going to show this in our next few slides. As the result, insurance company that partner with Koala can serve more customers, have lower operational costs, and more customer-centric. We talk a lot about technology, so we want to show how we can innovate the claim experience across multiple insurance products. This case is about customer buying a travel insurance and having their flight delayed. In the traditional claim process, they need to fill in an insurance form and obtain a statement from airlines before submitting to insurance company. The process from submission to receiving the payment typically takes around 1 to 2 weeks. Through our technology, we reduce it to just 10 to 15 seconds, as we will show in this video. First, you don't need to submit claim. We will instead notify you via WhatsApp if your flight is delayed. And as part of the claim experience, we just need you to take the picture of your identity card. And also tell us how do you want to receive the payment. But we also build the capability to provide instant verification so that we can provide immediate feedback to the customer in case the identity is not fully verified. With these technologies, it provides a significant cost savings in serving the customers, as it's a very automated process. As a result, the cost of insurance products can be cheaper, or the benefit to the customer can be better. And for all of us today, smartphone is one of the most essential part of our life, especially during this pandemic time, where we are going more and more digital. However, with social distancing, ability to buy insurance for your smartphone become more limited, as offline interaction cannot be done. Similarly to the claim process, traditionally, insurance company require customer to bring in the smartphone to show the damage to them before the claim can be processed. But as we know, given the current situation, this cannot be done due to the social distancing. Therefore, we build and leverage our AI technology to enable digital assessment during the purchase and the claim process, hence removing the need to do it offline. This technology enables customers to just submit video of the broken screen, and our system can provide analysis on the screen crack in real time. If our technology detects just a screen protector, the system will ask the customer to remove the screen protector and retake the video. This is done to protect insurance company against a fraud. Through this technology, insurance company now can digitally underwrite policy and also accept claim submission for your smartphone, which previously need to be done offline and cost a lot of time and money. Finally, a more complex use case AI technology can also be implemented for motor vehicle. However, in comparison to smartphone, this is a much more complex claim process where the insured objects are bigger with much more variety of damage. Through our technology, we can detect the presence of each of the motor vehicle part in the pictures and also analyze the conditions of each of the part. We also building the AI technology to be able to estimate the cost of repairing the damage as well. With this solution, we hope that the overall experience of buying used car insurance will be faster and also cheaper, given the automation that we build for the insurance company. That's all about our journey to simplify and digitalize your insurance experience so that you can have fuller life. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. So we have 3 judges joining us today online, and I would like to give the priority for the first question to those judges who are joining us online. Judges who are joining us online, feel free to ask the questions. Thank you.
Sure. Hi, I have a quick question. Thanks for the presentation.
Thank you.
I don't think any of the material discusses much about team background. Could you share a little bit more about who the key members are and what they've done before they started this company?
Okay, yeah, so thanks so much for the questions. I think Koala is basically built by myself and my co-founder. So myself, previously I worked for Nokia and Accenture in London. Then I moved back to Jakarta around 8 years ago, and I worked more with the management consulting firm, and I actually joined Traveloka for 2 years as well. So I'm leading the marketing for Malaysia and Singapore market, and also building the customer relationship management team as well, which focus on building the customer insight. And then I joined one of the local conglomerate before I start building the koala together with my co-founder. My co-founder, Harshad, he came more from the investment banking background, worked in Merrill Lynch and also BCG in back in US and in Dubai as well. But before he actually started the koala, he actually ran one of the big insurtech company as well in the world, which is Bima Insurance. He basically started Bima for Indonesia and worked there for the next 6 years. And I think on top of two of us, in terms of the senior leadership, we also joined by our CTO, who previously worked for Nokia and Symbian as well, in London as well. And at the same time, he actually built a startup in China and acting as a CTO for them in Beijing for 2 years. And then he also became a CTO in one of the conglomerate company as well in Indonesia when he moved back to Jakarta. And finally, we also have our head of product, Srini. So again, both in US and both in, he was basically the head of payment for APA, for PayPal and eBay. Yeah.
Thank you. For this second question, I would like to ask you, the judges from the floor, do you have any questions? Yes.
Thanks for the interesting presentation. I'm curious about what's the impact of the COVID-19 situation. Is it positive or negative?
Okay. Yeah. So I think the impact of the COVID-19, overall, I would say obviously there's quite a big impact to our business because one of our main model today is working together with the digital platform to provide insurance. And if those digital platform actually operating in the industry that are impacted by COVID, obviously we're going to see some kind of like challenges, right? For example, in terms of travel industry and also P2P lending, we're seeing a lower transactions because like for example, for travel, obviously there's a travel ban, there's a social distancing, that's why the transaction actually goes down. But for the P2P lending, there's also a behavior where people are start defaulting more. And that's why P2P lending also stop disbursing more loans, right, to the customer. So we're seeing this transaction actually dropping as well. And on our second business is more on the offline business. And on the offline business as well, we see something similar as well. So again, offline interaction is very important. But on the flip side, other industry, for example, like health industry, like health tech or like e-commerce, actually see quite a significant growth in the number of transactions. And I think given that we work with them as well, it's sort of like balancing our portfolio. Because again, for us, we are operating in 4 different industries. So in terms of our portfolio and our partners are very well diversified. So we don't feel the impact as much as probably other company that has a more specific focus on the certain portfolio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think that will be our last question. Thank you for your presentation and thank you for your intelligent and pinpointed answers. Thank you very much. So, can masks save us from COVID-19? What about our home and office? Awesome Ray, a startup from Korea, makes our Earth cleaner and safe via awesome X-ray technology. Let's see how their smart ventilator can reduce fine dust, bacteria, and virus in the air. Please welcome Mr. Se-Hoon Kim from Awesome Ray.
Hello everyone, I'm Se-Hoon Kim, CEO and founder of Awesome Ray. We provide a solution for clean and safe air, water, and earth via our awesome X-ray technology. Today, I will focus on indoor air quality control. Fine dust and coronavirus change our whole life. Do you have or do you know any solution? Can masks save us? Everyone wearing masks. But what about buildings, your office and your home? Put a mask on a building? You can think this kind of filters, HEPA filter and activated carbon catalyst and ESP. As shown, these filters have some advantages. They cannot solve the problem fundamentally. AHU, air handling unit, is lung of the building. Moreover, these filters cannot be installed in the AHU because of the decreasing of flow rate. Moreover, it is not sustainable. We want to make the Earth more clean and safe via our awesomeness technology. We are focused on especially air and water. Green remodeling is one representative project of Korean Green New Deal. Green buildings is now focused on, up to now, focused on only energy efficiency. But after COVID-19 pandemic, it changes. We are focused on the indoor air quality, but there is no specific solution. And you can also the demand of indoor air quality management from the market. We call it Valley's value add. Actually, it is growing way faster than we expected. Now we are discussing a strategic partnership with major asset management like Aegis. This is our smart ventilator. We are developing it for clean and safe air quality. Our solution does not require extra space in the building. Our smart ventilator is just like here. A keyword of 2019, last year, in Korea is 소부장. 소부장 means materials and parts and equipments. Osmray is startup on make materials and parts and equipments all in our company. We produce the carbon nanotube fiber, and with this fiber, we are developed new kind of the cold cathode X-ray. And with this light source, we have developed the smart ventilator and water filter and imaging device and so on. This is the scheme of our air purifying mechanism, but it's not easy to explain in here in a short time. So feel free to explain after the presentation. Sorry. This is the mass production model developed in June of this year. And next year, we will develop the AI-based operating system and the small equipment for the window. It can be the B2C. By only one pass, our machine reduced the 50% of fine dust and 99.9% of bacteria in the air can be reduced. And 74.5% of virus was reduced in just 30 minutes. It is not our experiment, it is on official data with our system. Our first system is installed in Kotra head office last year, December. 9th floor of Kotra main buildings, the PM is maintained under the 20 values. There is only one system. Originally, there needs 4 systems in that building, but we are installed only one system, but the air condition is very different. And this is the official data. There are so many air quality sensing startups. They can find the problem of the air quality, but they cannot solve it. But we can reduce fine dust and bacteria and virus. This is the mechanism of how we kill the bacteria. This is the installation process of our smart ventilator system. This is the O2 tower in the Yeouido in Seoul. Our system is installed instead of this reducer. just up to the LHU system. This is for the large and medium building. And for the small building, our system is installed just next to the HVAC system in the ceiling. This is the decamp in Seoul, and this is mangrove. It's some kind of common living building. So up to now, we are installed 5 buildings in Seoul. And this October, we expanded our application to the ship and factory. Our system will be installed at the submarine ship and Samsung Electronic Factory R5 for the project. And our application will be extended to the subway station and clean room and power plant and steelwork. It is should be the larger system. And at this time, actually, now we are building up the factory for mass production. The next week, we started to operating our new factory. And when we get plenty of the parts, we will started to expand it to the B2C. And our awesome X-ray system generates from extreme UV and soft X-ray to hard X-ray. So our system can be applied to control air and water and inspection or medical imaging. Next to 2 slides is the first release to the public. Last year, just last week, we got NET certification from MF in Korea. Wavetalk can sensing the bacteria in the water, and we can reduce the bacteria in the water. The product will be developed in the early next year. And this is awesome image of mouse and chicken. But this image obtained only 35 millimeters X-ray tube. It can be the medical imaging system can be minimized. We co-work with Seoul National University Hospital, and we will develop the equipment 2022, maybe. Awesome Ray founded 2018 July. In just 2 years, we are successfully developed our parts and equipment and mass production and installed 5 buildings. So 5 PhD members founded the Awesome Ray, and there are 2 experts in manufacturing. Their experience is 30 minutes. They can shorten our developing period, and we raised $7 million fundings, including KDB and KB and Kakao and so on. We want to secure safe everyday life for everyone, and we will discuss our potential partners with this presentation. Thank you for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Does any judges from the floor have a question? Please raise your hand. Yes, Madam Pauline.
Thank you for the presentation. Is there any technology that is competing with your technology? So who are your competitors, if there are any? First question. And second question, what is your business model? So do you sell for a price, or do you have a subscription model? What is the revenue model?
First, the second question. In this stage, we sell and install our system ourselves. But thus, we are not sales ourselves. We are cooperated with asset management company or estate company. So, for example, Aegis. Yes. So, and another partner is the government, because the green remodeling needs new ventilation system in the building. But HEPA filter or something cannot installed in the building. Yes. And our competition is, there are many competitions because we deal materials and parts and equipment. In case of the smart ventilation, there is no competitor. But the combination of HEPA filter and UV and plasma can be done. But UV and plasma generate ozone and cannot be installed in the building system. And HEPA filter decrease the flow rate like mask. So it cannot be installed in the direct building. So there are, our system is only one to directly install the HVAC system in the building. And the level of the new generation of X-ray, there are only one competitor in the world. As you heard, the Nanox of Israel. They use the cold cathode X-ray tube using some MEMS technology. But they're a little bit different. And I think they will focus on the medical area, not the other area.
Thank you. Do you have another question from the floor? Yes, Ms. Tunju Kim.
Thank you for your presentation. According to your presentation, you've already founded the 2 companies before. So can you tell us what kind of companies are they were and what happened to them? Your previous companies, I mean.
Yeah. My first startup is the GIMLab. It's some kind of the structure analysis consulting company. My PhD major is the structure analysis of carbon materials using X-ray. So I consulted to Samsung Display and EdgeCam and so on. I earn plenty money in my point of view, but I feel the limitations of growth of the company because there are only one-person company. So I stopped the GIMLab. And the second startup of mine is the Vitrubu. It's a kind of AI-based education platform. I found it with my 4 high school friends and PhD. So I learned some kind of technique of fundraising or strategy something because the education is not my major. But after 4 years experience of startup, I returned to my own major with my friend and some seniors and some juniors.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation and thank you for your answers. Please give a warm applause to Mr. Se-Hoon Kim. Well, as a result of COVID-19, many of us are buying groceries and other items online more than ever. The market data clearly shows that purchasing through online is rising rapidly, and waste created by packaging is increasing tremendously at the same time. What is even unfortunate for us is that the waste discharge method has been unchanged for decades. Gata Corporation, a Korean startup, is trying to solve this problem. Please welcome Mr. Jae Sung-ko from Gata Corporation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm James Ko, CEO of Gata Corporation, established for innovating industry of waste, the bottom up as Korean and global waste problems. Can you see this application? yes, we are providing the service to reform the waste problem in the world. Yeah, so let me put the reason why we focus on this small application now. Okay, sorry. Oh, what? How can I prevent it? Okay. Yes. I founded this company just 3 years ago, and our business developed every year. So as you see, all kind of waste in this Korea is increasing. So whether it's good or not, waste quantity and waste cost is also increasing every year. And only one household of 10 households dumped waste 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but now, so 50% of Korean dumps waste once or more a year. So look around. So 50% of UC people dumps waste already or will dump in a year. This is a picture of one of the city of Korea. It's Seongnam. Seongnam is only one of 220 local government of Korea, but 1.2 million items are thrown away in this year. You can see kind of a picture anywhere in Korea. A mountain of waste is being dumped like this. So surprisingly, only 1% of waste is being recycled. The other 99% of waste is being incinerated or buried in Korea. So how much is it being dumped? So world largest waste landfill of the world is near this city, Seoul. And 70% of site is already filled of waste. It's really terrible. We asked the citizen, is it hard to dump waste? So over the 80% of them said yes. So let me summarize. So waste is increasing poorly and unchanging. But there is no database, any kind of database in marketing of Korea. And I think it's another country and the whole world is similar like this. So we solve the problems. We immediately reduce the complex 26 waste processing to the just 3 steps. You just take a photo and select the item and choose the 3 types of service: self-drop, half-drop, and user selling. So just a second work in the
의자 안 버렸다.
This is Korean service. It's very easy. You can check the photo and take the location and the time. That's all. That means if you choose the self-drop service, you don't have to attach the sticker or purchase a sticker price. You just transport it yourself directly. If you select the self-drop service, our baggage service partner visit your home or your house or your office and collect the waste fully. So all costs include the sticker price and the transfer cost. And usually selling, our baggy partner buy your waste or your item. It's a big item. To the sold as a used items. And we are planning to develop, provide more advanced service. It is the more cheap and daily usable service. So anyway, have you seen this kind of system before on software or application before? So we are operating the service already. We have 6 kinds of patent of waste. Our company is enterprise processing 6 patents related to waste application. Our company developed AI technology. AI technology, when you take a photo, so our service recommended the specific information such as the name, price, about the specific local or district government location. Because in Korean, 220 local government, but it's no same price, no same product name, no same price. So we will recommend about it. So this surprising service doesn't make any kind of competitor, because we use the current infra as it is. So that means we don't attach or take a job from anyone. So it's a similar patent. The self, and you can check it anytime and anywhere. And you can find it's a real-time estimated pricing. So when you select a self-drop service, and you check take a photo, we will reserve the point. And our partner can use their dedicated application like this. And also, so staff or government staff can check all kind of information by real time using our monitoring system. So 92% of customers are satisfied about our service. Yes, I think it's Korean growth through the digital and Green New Deal. So we can be given to as many as 3 parts like this. So total global market is expected to 605 trillion won, and Korean is taking up just about 10% of the global size. So there are many kinds of waste platform service in the world, and we only serving to kind of private food plus associate platform only one. So look at the curve of a graph carefully. So our service grows by 120% every month. And we start our SOS service. SOS means the government service. So like this, the social overhead is capital. So we started just this kind of SOS service just 5 months ago. And it grows by 160% every month after provide SOS service with the local government. So we will take up the 82% of the market by 2023. And we already discussing with the local government about the process agreement about SO service in their location now. So summarize finally, government can reduce the illegal waste by 20% and can make hundreds of thousands of the public job yearly. And citizens like you can through the waste more comfortable or conveniently. And can say goodbye of the horrible virus like the COVID-19. So we just start the collect system, but we will go to it's a more big market, to such as a tweet market. So after Series A environment, but we will become the first unicorn resource management company in Korea. And we have a special list guy about 10 employees. So me and other people is using the many experience about this job. Thank you for the watching and listening my presentation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. From the judges, do you have any questions? Yes, please, Mr. Songdeok Lee.
Thanks for your presentation, your service. And I have two questions. One is, what is your strengths of your service comparing to other countries' service? And the second one is, how do you think about the COVID-19 impact on your service?
Yes. First question is, we have two kind of technology. The one is analysis information. So using the taken photo, because as I said, so in Korean, so many kind of information different in the district area. In Seoul and other city is no same the process. So many citizens don't like it. It's a check there when they throw away the waste in their website or go to their office. So our first system is to check their AI system and the analysis specific information using the district information. And other strength is we provided the two kind of system. So one is a private system, and the second is SO system. So our plan is very simple. So somebody is we know. So all people so know that. So how do you throw away your waste? They think is our plan, our process is attach the sticker and throw away by itself. So if we contract the city, is a city marketing and advertise our system on their website. There's other methods. So 99% into their government channel and move to our application. Yeah, it's free because we plan our service is free for government. Yeah, this is our service.
Thank you. For the next question, can you answer it a little shortly? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Kim Derek.
Thank you for your presentation. I have one question. I think your service can give some convenience to people. What is your innovation in SDGs? SDGs.
SDGs. What?
SDGs, sustainability and development.
I don't understand.
Because actually
I understand.
same waste. You do not improve any waste, reduce or whatever.
Yeah, our goal is to reduce the illegal waste, because so 20% of waste is illegal percent in Korea. Because so many people the waste throw away the waste so illegally. So non-stick is non-stick or non-paid, and it's a throw away and midnight and other place. Yeah, so it's a clean service.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for your answers. Please give another round of applause to Mr. Jae Sung-ko. So we are scheduled to finish at 7. It's like 7:50-ish, and we are like 60% done. We're slightly, just a little underway. So for the next presenters, can you please have a compact answers for the questions, please? Thank you. So next, for our next startup, did you know by 2030 half the world's population won't have enough clean water? EcoWorth is trying to solve this problem with its ultra efficient and low cost carbon fiber Aerogel technology. Please welcome Mr. Andres Solt, CEO and COO of EcoWorth Tech.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andres Stolz. I'm the co-founder and CEO of EcoWorth Tech and have left my previous well-paid corporate job to follow my passion and bring even more meaningful technologies to market and create an impact for society and environment. At EcoWorth Tech, I get to turn waste into worth. EcoWorth Tech is addressing a global issue of water scarcity that is driven by polluting industries. To treat the waste, it's very costly, inefficient, and often creates additional waste. Legislation is tightening in every country, and companies with their social responsibility programs require the reuse of water. This is where EcoWorth Tech comes into play and is turning waste into worth. EcoWorth Tech is focusing on two key main markets: industrial wastewater treatment and oil decontaminations. Both of these markets are very sizable, growing almost double-digit. And in Singapore, especially with its scarcity to fresh water, we have found strong industry support to trial out our technology. As you will see, we have modular solutions to tailor to both smaller and bigger players in the markets, and we are addressing several sustainability development goals laid out by the UN. EcoWorth Tech is commercializing an environmentally friendly super absorbent sponge technology that we call the carbon fiber Aerogel. I'm holding the material in my hand. It's made out of a cellulosic waste biomass and can absorb a wide range of liquid organics highly efficient, up to 190 times its own weight. Organics like oils, all kinds of oils, grease, fats, dyes, solvents, we can not only absorb very efficiently, but through simple mechanical squeezing, we're able to recuperate those absorbed organics and make it available for reuse. And also the sponge we can reuse over and over again. The technology solutions has many benefits and can be applied in multiple applications. And so far the team has been able to take this technology from all the way early stage publications to pilot stage testing, which we are at the moment. And we've been able to do so while scaling up the production by 250 times in a batch process. And moving forward, we'll be continuing to a continuous furnace. And also by acquiring several wastewater treatment systems for filtration and absorbency, which we are now able to treat a couple of thousand liters per day, sufficient to conduct industry pilots as well as to supply our first paying customers. We have been developing our standard two-stage treatment system that we call the CFA Duo. It's a reliable and compliant solutions for our clients to meet their discharge levels. The solution can absorb and remove up to 99.9% of insoluble organics suspended in water. And that comes, of course, with the water reuse and lots of savings. Here's an example that for typical clients with a 10,000 ppm organic contaminations in their wastewater, where our systems will help them to clean up the water, to safely dispose it, while also capturing available organics, and that at a 300% ROI. We've also been demonstrating in a big pilot that our technology works, and we've validated the solutions. So by treating 2,500 liters of perfume wastewater that a third party has been giving to a third party for costly waste disposal, we've been able to not only reuse that wastewater for the client, but also to recuperate about 80% of these available perfume oils that you can see here under recovered solution. And that at half of the cost and with positive environmental impact. And so we can do for a wide range of clients. We've also been developing our solutions into solvent boom applications that can be applied in oil and gas. And we're working with Shell to come up with a solution that helps to prevent the oil from entering the ocean, especially during challenging rainy weathers. I can't share too much due to confidentiality, but in an earlier lab trials, we've compared our solvent solutions against a commercial available product. And as you can see in the video, our solution is not only capable to absorb the organics at a much faster rate, but also at a much higher capacity. And through simple mechanical squeezing, we're able to recuperate those organics and then reuse again, as well as reuse the sponge. We've also been developing solvent boom applications for interceptor processes that are widely available in the oil and gas sector as well. Also here we have seen a 3 times higher performance versus available solutions. And interceptors is not only used in oil and gas, but also in food and beverage industries. So an area definitely where we can expand further and scale it up. Compared to other solvent technologies or water treatment technologies out there in the market, we're focusing on the ones that generate value and have low energy cost. And compared to, let's say, activated carbon, our solutions is not only 100 times more efficient, but also we can treat the wastewater 5 times faster. And we can absorb from free-floating oil all the way to emulsified oils. And we don't require as a high footprint as oil skimmers. The CFA technology can be perfectly and synergistically combined with membrane technology to provide really ultrafiltration. And this is just an earlier lab video that just shows how powerful the technology is. So here in the video, we've been able to separate client's diesel that is floating on top of water to make it really available, both the diesel and the water. Compared to other solvent technologies out there in the markets, our technology is the only one with a positive benefit profile across key criteria, but with clear differentiation on the recovery through the simple mechanical squeezing, the positive environmental impact. Also, we're not using any chemicals during the process, and low cost, since we're also not reliant on expensive, let's say, freeze-drying technologies or coatings. EcoWorldTech has a global exclusive license on the IP from the Nanyang Technology University that is renowned for water tech, and we are developing foreground IP mainly around the recuperations of the organics, and that will strengthen our IP proposition. We've been able to get featured by various global and regional medias. We've been featured twice by CNN, once in their Innovative Cities and Great Big Stories. We've been able to get featured by Swiss, Italian, German TV, and won several startup awards. The big one here in Singapore was Slingshot 2019, where we were named Sustainability Sector Winner and Top 12 Global Startup. With that, we've also been featured by various regional media and also been receiving good reviews in clean tech publications, as well as our solution has recently been validated by a team of Solar Impulse experts, and we've been able to receive our label. This is the team that brings this innovation to life and consists of both experts with both scientific and business expertise. So Dr. Bud and myself, we've been the founders and bring many years of business technology commercialization to the table. And Tim and Sui have been working in water treatment before, and they're now helping to translate clients' needs into technical solutions to really address and provide the solutions. Then we have a few advisors in the team as well as support, and a strong collaborations with the Singapore NTU. Our business model is mainly centered around the sales of the carbon fiber aerogel that comes in filters, cartridges, or booms. And we have identified a couple of future financial upsides that will bring our financial propositions in even better state. We've also been working with renowned clients and have achieved now a multi-million-dollar sales pipeline. Some of the clients you'll see listed here. And due to our expected profitable gross margin of about 50 to 60%, we expect to be profitable in year 3. But most importantly, we have an opportunity to increase value here in the next 5 years to $140 million. Our short-term plan now is to raise $400,000 for 10% equity as a short gap funding plan in order to convert additional clients. Before then, we invest more funds into capacity to get to full commercial expansions. And then we will expand in 2022 on a global scale. For the planned Korea expansions, that can be as early as 2022, we have 2 phases anticipated. In the first phase, of course, we're looking for joint venture and manufacturing facility setup and partnerships. And we're looking specifically for local partnerships and talents, and also, of course, for the required investments and funding. And then in phase 2, we will set up local R&D and then expand into additional business areas. If you do want to help us bring this amazing technology to market and make a positive environmental and social impact, please engage us and invest in us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. So for the first question, I would like to give that question to the judges that are joining us online. I did not forget you guys. So any judges, feel free to ask a question.
Hi, thank you, Andre. Just a quick question. Can you share a bit more on the manufacturing process of the carbon aerogel? Is it something that already in the market, or is it something that only you can produce, and how hard is it to make it?
Okay, so based on our research, is something really innovative. So this is the carbon fiber aerogel. It's basically a pure 3D carbon structure with twisted carbon fibers that build enough airspace to trap organics to the inside, but also have a huge surface area to absorb a lot of organics. And the sponge is being produced from a cellulosic biomass. So at the moment we use renewable materials like cotton or kapok, but we've also done tests using a true natural waste material like a palm oil husk, a fruit bunch, or a husk that is so abundant here in Southeast Asia. And also we've been using waste cotton and waste paper. And the way we produce it is to apply low temperature pyrolysis. That means no chemicals in the process. It's a pure controlled burning process in a way. And with that, we can basically take a natural waste material, convert it to our sponge, and then treat another waste stream to generate value out of it.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll take another question from the floor. Anybody could please raise your hand. If not, judges from the online, do you have any other questions?
Yes. In terms of the go-to-market strategy, what will be your primary, customer type and application that you will initially target?
Yeah, good question. Thanks, Mr. Kasuga-san. So we currently have been working with very big renowned clients where we see a synergy where the clients can use our technology and then either one roll out through their global plants of manufacturing facilities, or some of these clients have a global distribution. For example, companies that we work with have refined oil. So we are leveraging both our clients on global distributions, but then also, of course, in parallel, we will also set up our own sales team. And thirdly, we are also then working with system integrators to provide a solution to the clients. So that's currently our strategy. And so far, we've been able to convert the first client into paying customers. And we believe and are actively deploying our solutions through pilot plans with a couple of more clients.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, and thank you for your answers and questions. Please give another round of applause to Mr. Andrew Soltz.
Thank you.
So on TV shows these days, it's easy to see the scenes taken by drones, which became common. However, drones carrying heavy objects are still hard to see, which means that it is difficult for drones to do so yet. However, there is a team that challenges the problematic mission. Ninano Company, meaning joyful in Korean, introduces a heavy lift drone that makes the world a joyful place. Please welcome Mr. Kyung Kim from Ninano Company.
Thanks for warm welcome, and it is my honor that I can present my business today. And Dronix means drone and technique combined into the one word. And let's get into the presentation. In these days, we are living in the world of connectivity, which means that all of the people are connected to each other, maybe using the social media, and even cars are connected in these days. But when we see another part of the world, then we can there are people living in the desert or mountain, island. Even in the people are living in the middle of the warfare. Then does these people need such a kind of Facebook, Twitter, or fancy cars? Maybe not. What they really need might be like these things: water, first aid kits, and packages, etc. Then here arises my question: how can we contribute to connect the world? So this is our solution: heavy lifting drone. It can lift more than 100 kilograms of the packages, maybe 100 liters of water or first aid kits and packages, etc. And it can fly as fast as 200 kilometers per hour. And more than 2 hours, which means that it can reach up more than 400 kilometers at once. Then what can we do with this heavy lifting drone? It can bring the logistics and innovations into the reality with the extended endurance. So first, our primary goal of the heavy lifting drone system is innovative logistic solutions. So when it is combined with the smart solution, then we can expect our logistic experience be getting better than before. And with the heavy lifting drone, we can do not only the heavy delivery system, but also we can apply this into the firefighting drones, which means that it can carry waters from the lake or rivers into the location of fire much faster and much more water at once. And finally, we can see that it might be much easier to imagine that we can extend our heavy lifting drone to carry not only the packages but also the people. Maybe we can use these heavy lifting drones for drone taxis or tourism industry and ambulance drones, etc. So many other people out there asking me this question frequently: how can you do that? What is your core technology? Then I can say that our core technology is aerodynamic design capability based on the computational fluid dynamics, which means that we have a capability that we can design the thruster or body itself by ourselves. And another thing is that we have the best team to constitute the development infrastructure in Korea. So here's our plan, maybe the product portfolio of the Ninano company. we prepare two types of products. The first thing is VTOL type, which means that vertically takes off and landing. And the other thing is the fixed wing firefighting drone. The first, the vertically takes off and landing with a 100 kilograms lifting capability drone. It can, the central control center assigns the empty drones into the logistic center. Then the drone carries a loaded container from the logistic center to the point. Maybe the other point might be another logistic center or apartment or any other bus terminals, etc. And another thing is that the firefighting drone, it lands on the water surface and loads the firefighting water and glides on the water surface and takes off. It just flies just like any other normal airplanes and flies more than 200 kilometers per hour, very fast and to go into the location where the fire is on. And it sprays the water into the fire, then it accomplishes its mission. So here's our competitiveness of our system. The thruster design and aerodynamically efficient design based on the computational fluid dynamics. These are our core technology. And there is another competitiveness. The type is very unique. The tail-seated, it is so-called as a tail-seated type, which can vertically takes off and just flies like a fixed wing airplane. So the efficiency is much enhanced rather than other types of drones. And the final thing is that we have a hybrid powering system that is a hybrid of the hydrogen and electronic battery system. So here are our technical and product roadmap. We will develop a 100 kilogram class of the drone by 2021, and we will demonstrate the commercial flight by 2022 with the cooperation of Kimcheonsi, Gyeongsang-buk-do, and after that, in 2023, we will initiate the development of ultra-heavy lifting drones. So to accomplish this mission, we established the sustainable business model like this. First of all, we will provide the engineering services based on our core technologies. And of course, we will sell or lease our products, the drone products, I mean. And then maybe we can make a profit by operating on behalf of my clients. And of course, the logistics and maintenance might be another source of the revenue. So here's a financial plan. I am expecting to raise a fund maybe more than $1 million in the next year. Of course, this is not enough money to develop or operating something. But the important thing is that we can initiate the business with this fund. And then we expect to make a revenue from the 2023. So I'd like to introduce our team for the last. I am Gonong Kim, and I have studied the aerospace system in KAIST, the Aerospace Engineering Department, from 2007 to 2013. And then I moved to the Hyundai Heavy Industries, and as I worked for the HHI for 7 years as a safety expert. And then I moved to the new Ninano company in this year, and we initiated the drone business with Kimcheonsi. And here's our team. We have 3 developers who are expertised in the aerospace engineering field. And Ms. Sunji Kim is supporting us to expand our business. Of course, it is very difficult to expand or develop the heavy lifting drone system. So we invite the best aerospace engineers in Korea into our team, Team Dronix. This team consists of structure or experiment system and analysis and powering system experts. So we will expand our business with these guys maybe in the next 2 years. Okay, as I was introduced, Ninano means Ninano is a Korean word meaning joyful. So we are bringing the innovative products into the reality based on the very new ideas. So I hope you have a joyful day, the rest of this day, and thank you for your attention. And 감사합니다.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Anybody from the judges from the floor? Yes, Mr. Baek-Sahan.
Thanks for the presentation. What are, for the logistics front, what are your plans for managing safety and surveillance, especially for the civilians?
Yes. First of all, we are planning to demonstrate. The demonstration will be carried out in non-surveillance area, which is cooperated with the Kim Chun-si. Kim Chun-si is preparing the drone free flight area in their region. So we will mainly develop our system in that region, and we will do some demonstrations in the safety and regulations, such kind of things, or all of things in that area. And then we will bring this system into our real business after that. Maybe I expect that time might be next to 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. Another question from the floor? Yes, please. Mr. Lim Jae-wook.
Given that Korea already has a lot of, some not that expensive, great infrastructure for logistics and things like transportation system, I'm not quite convinced that we need that. There are enough business demand for such a heavy lifting, drone here. So, are you sure about the your business models, and are you sure that there is enough kind of demand for your product?
Yes, I fully understand your point, and thank you for such an important question. And when we see the just inland transportation, then it might be true. But when we go into the island or some ships which is anchoring in the near coastline, then there is no enough transportation system yet. And of course, there is another our client, which is related to the temple-like thing. So in that case, the logistics is not fully supported to that kind of where the area where is not easily accessible. So our client is the people in those kind of regions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Please give a warm applause to Mr. Konung Kim. So let us imagine that you have a child, a precious daughter, but unfortunately she has difficulty seeing things. You cannot read the same book with her because she only reads Braille books, but you cannot. So only 0.3% of books are published in Braille. Thus, the choice is unlimited. Here we have a company that is disrupting the publishing market by printing books both in letters and Braille. Also, the company is capable to publish a book in a day and a price of $10. It is a huge step forward compared to 6 months and $100 per copy. Please welcome Mr. Hoobin Lee from Sensi.
Are you getting tired? Are you getting tired? Really? I'm pretty sure that you want to focus on my presentation because I'm going to blow your mind with my business model. Sensi, the contents provider for everyone. Hi, my name is Jaden. I'm CMO from Sensi. we have a blind person in our team, and most of us have a blind person in our family. That's the reason why I can say that we are the best group of people that understands the needs and the troubles that the visually impaired encounter on their daily basis. Let's take a look what Sensi is and our business model. The global publishing market is $126 billion, and visually impaired market is $55 billion, and it's growing 4% every year. There are 280 million visually impaired population in the world, and more than 99% of them are acquired visually impaired. Braille is very important language for the blind. According to the research reports, people who know Braille go to better school, have a better job, earn more money compared to those who don't know Braille. But only 0.3% of the books in the world are published in Braille, and it costs more than $100 per copy. That's the reason why the blind say they don't have enough book to read. This is Braille Book, a book that only who knows Braille can read. If the teachers or parents who don't know Braille, they cannot read it. With the same book, same content, the children, teacher, and parents, they can communicate with each other. The surprising point is that it takes 6 months to publish this single book. Have a look at this one. This is our product, Sensi product. It has text, pictures, Braille, and also the Braille image for the blind. This book contains everything in a single book, and we take only 1 day to publish this book. Compared to that 6 months uncommunicable book, this one, we take just 1 day. People say Braille is simple, but it varies in languages and it has complex structure. Have you ever imagined a book with printed errors? The same goes to Braille books. That's the reason why we Sensi have developed a software that automatically notify the error and automatically reposition text based on increased Braille formation. And boy, have we patented it. And Sensi publishes the Braille book most accurately without any errors. Have a look at this table. Our business. We save time and cost up to 95%. 95% of reduction of resources. It was before 6 months, but with Sensi, it takes only 1 day. It's $100 with other companies, but we provide it in just $10. Not only we provide the book with Braille, but also text, images are also in the same single book. That's the reason why I can say that Sensi is the most innovative and destructive, and at the same time, the world's first Braille publishing platform. We started our service since 2018, and our socio-economic value has been proven by the global users. This country, a small tiny country in Central America who just joined our Sensi platform, is now officially a Braille publishing country. We are now active in the America, where the market size was $1.5 billion and 30 million visually impaired population. We're providing services to 15 countries. We have our product, Braille education product, Braille books, and a brand new special tactile products such as tactile photo album. And we have digital contents as well. A new device for the future digital use. Our business model is very simple, very simple. We are going to change, convert, transform all the books in the world into Braille. We're going to provide these books to visually impaired individuals, schools and libraries, and social centers for the blind, and any agencies who support visually impaired individuals. Anybody can buy our product, and everybody can enjoy our books. We have a high profit. We're expecting $100 million of sales in 4 years. And I can say that we're in the blue ocean with the manufacturing cost of only 10%. And we have huge, huge net profit of 40%. Have you ever seen any business like this? I guess not. But we made it. Sensi made it possible. We have a lot of channel partners in the world and also the manufacturing partners, one of which produce BTS albums, DBTS albums. And we have distribution channels in the United States and Latin America. Our vision is very simple. We provide a book that everybody can enjoy. And also, we provide a device for the future. Now, we have a book ready to access immediately that everybody can enjoy right now, and the device for the future digital use. Now, the book, the future, the device. Now, the book, and the future, the device. Sensi is a Kindle for the blind. Can you see a boy smiling with Sensi book in his arms? Sensi is the only company that takes technological consideration on content issues. From the professional college textbook to best-selling novels, Sensi provides universal contents accurately and quickly. I hope you enjoy Sensi product. I hope you join Sensi. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your touching presentation. Does anybody from the judges, do you have a question? Please raise your hand. Yes, Mr. Shane Shen.
My question is, some parts of the presentation I just felt is too good to be true. So I want to understand a few things. So if you can produce a book in 1 day,
yes,
and then all others are producing in 6 months to a year,
right?
Like, what is the delta here?
That is excellent question. I was really expecting this question because right now, the Braille Publishing Company, they're using the software to change the text to Braille, but the software is not complete, not perfect. That's the reason why the people, the human, have to check the sentence and letters one by one with the book to find the errors. But we have a software that made it possible automatically detect the errors comparing to the text. And it shows the people which one, which line, which letter is wrong. Go back there and find it if it is right or wrong and find the right letter for the sentence. That's the reason why we make it possible to make the previously 6 months book to 1 day.
Thank you. Yes, please, Mr. Tony.
So, how many languages you can support now and future?
We're supporting English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and French. We're not supporting German right now. We are planning to support German. So With our language coverage, we support Northern America, Central and Southern America, and we support most part of the European countries.
Thank you very much. Okay, just one last question from Aerogel.
Thank you for presentation. This could be a very stupid question, but I want to know. What if medically the technology for the blind itself is developed so fast?
Excuse me?
So what if, so I just want to know how the technology of medical technology for treating with the blind itself. So which means that if people, even the people who has a blind, but with the medical solutions, then people can see the world, then maybe, so I want to know the trend of that technology.
Okay, this is a very good question. I'd never expected this kind of question before. But if that happens, if there is a medicine or any surgery method that makes the people, the blind, can see the world, that's really good to be true. It's kind of a magic. And I really hope that happen in a near future. But even though that happens, what about you? I want to ask you a question. How many type of contents do you use? Do you read book? Do you listen to the audiobook? Do you use digital book and the pad? You read newspapers? Same. For the visually impaired, they use Braille Book, the printed one. They listen to audiobooks, and also at the same time, they use digital devices to read the book. Anywhere, everywhere, there you go. So, whatever happens in the medical field, I'm pretty sure that we could thrive in this industry. Does that make sense? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Please give a warm welcome, warm applause to Mr. Hubin Lee. So we're all tired, right? So I just want to. So I've been living in Spain for about 2 years, 7 years ago. The one thing that was not actually hard to adjust was there was no restaurant that is open before 8:30 p.m. None. So why am I saying this? I think we're close to have a Spanish-style dinner tonight. Okay, it's just let's go on for our next startup. When taking a taxi, we often suffer from a talkative driver. Have you ever imagined taking a cab with any noise occurred? It is possible if a driver with a hard of hearing drives it. Coactus, a Korean startup, operates Goyohan M, a taxi service with hard of hearing drives. Please welcome Mr. Juno Lee from Coactus.
Great to see you, everybody. I'm delighted and a little bit nervous to be here. I'm Lee Junho, the co-founder of Coactus, and today I'm going to talk about the Goyohan Mobility One Transport Service to link heart. Coactus is currently operating hearing-impaired drivers taxi service, Goyohan Taxi and Goyohan Mobility, and we follow SDG 1, 8, and 10, and especially our main goal is to achieve decent work and economic growth. And we are focusing on creating job environment for the disabled. We paid attention to the hearing impaired people. They suffer from getting a job, and mostly they work as a simple labor, no matter what kind of jobs they want. And over 70% of them earn less than $900 monthly. In this situation, we came across Uber and Lyft. In the United States, a lot of hearing impaired people work as a taxi driver, but they choose to communicate with passengers with just notes and pens only. So we decided to make a better tool for them. So we developed a communication application that operates in 2 tablet PCs, each for the driver and the passenger. So passengers can communicate with the driver using the tablet PC in 4 types. We offer voice and keyboard and touchpad and navigation. So using this device, we launched Goyan Taxi, and in 2 years, we created 62 hearing impaired taxi drivers, and over 150,000 journeys has done. So furthermore, their monthly income increased 200% higher than the average income of the hearing impaired. And on top of that, we also made qualitative changes. So there are misconceptions that hearing impaired people cannot drive, and it is changing gradually as they are starting to take Goyan Taxi. But we didn't stop at just creating a job opportunity for them. So we went through a regulatory sandbox and obtained a permission by government to operate 100 taxis directly. Based on those, we launched the Goyan Mobility Service in August 2020 with 10 SUVs and 16 hearing impaired drivers, as you can see in the photo. The main difference of 2 services, Goyan Mobility and Goyan Taxi, is the type of employment. While Goyan Taxi focuses on creating hearing impaired taxi drivers and connecting them to the taxi companies, Goyan Mobility drivers are all hired by Coactus in sustainable job environment. 40 days after launch, we made 3,500 passengers, and some of them became our loyalty users. One of them spent already $500 in just a month. You can use Goyan Mobility Service using Goyan M application. We offer real-time call and reservation call. And one of the advantages of Goyan Mobility is silence. Goyan Mobility drivers never talk to the passengers, and all the necessary communications are done through the apps, as I mentioned before. However, some may ask, is it safe? Is it okay to take deaf driver's taxi? And we have installed all the vehicles on ADAS system. ADAS stands for Advanced Driving Assistance System, and it alerts to the drivers whenever dangerous situation happens, like lane departure, a forward collision, or pedestrian collision, to make sure passengers and drivers both go safely. And this is done in collaboration with SK Telecom, which is the second largest company in Korea. Our main business model is transport income, as we hire drivers and operate taxi services directly. While offering this service to customers, our main go-to-market strategy is B2B. In Korea, most companies are required to hire at least 3.1% of the disabled people. If they don't, they are charged levy for that. And some companies pay almost $1 million a year. But if they use a product or service made by exemplary companies like us, their levy is reduced up to 50%. So if the company wants to use Goyan Mobility, their levy is reduced, and eventually their cost is going to be reduced. So in B2B market, Kakao is the only player, so we need to differentiate with them. The main differentiation is 2 points. First, we'll reduce their costs, and second, we'll provide the services that Kakao doesn't provide. We'll offer reservation call and time-based call. And in B2C market, as you can see, Kakao has an overwhelming share in Korea, which is why our primary target is B2B, because we can take advantage of ourselves. The whole mobility market is estimated $3 billion, and about 10% of them is corporate taxis. Our first goal is to have a 10% share in Seoul area. And in order to achieve this, we'll increase client companies and by 2021, next year, we'll operate 100 vehicles. And this is the team who can make this come true. These three photos above are the founders of Coectus, and currently 22 employees, including drivers, are our team members. And Coectus is gradually making our name known to the world by receiving awards in international exhibitions. And last May, we are nominated as a finalist in Dubai Expo Live, which is the first time in Korea. And this February, we received MWC Global Award with SK Telecom. As you can see, passengers who took Goyan Mobility or Goyan Taxi are posting reviews on social media. There are hundreds of them, so I couldn't post all of those, but here is the most impressive one from a child passenger. He said he wants to meet the one who made Goyan Taxi. And at the same time, media presses are also paying attention to our service. We reported more than 3,000 times after launching, and this includes BBC. We believe our footage would give hope to someone, and our warm-hearted technologies will make the world a better place. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Judges from the floor, do you have any questions? Please raise your hand. Yes, Mr. Seung Kim.
So if you divide your this year revenue, can you divide your revenue for B2B and B2C? Can you estimate some portion in between the B2B revenue and B2C revenue this year? Because you're mentioning about the two different business model, right? So I'd like to understand how much B2B and B2C,
So as Goyan Mobility Services launched last month, so we are currently offering B2C service now, and if we become an exemplary company, as I mentioned, we'll start to make B2B business. So B2B is not operating from now. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions from the floor? Yes. If not, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Please give a warm applause to Mr. Junho Lee. So for our last contender for today, here's another company that's trying to help people with vision loss. Dot, a company from Korea, tries to help and to make a change to those in need with their technology and devices. Let us hear its story and passion. Please welcome Mr. Ju Yoon Kim from Dot.
My name is Florian Beyers. I'm a software engineer. As a blind developer, I know how frustrating it is to not be able to access learning materials, books, articles, or anything else in Braille. The technology is there. Why don't we use it?
Only 3% of all text content is available in Braille because translation is complex, which makes it not profitable for publishers. To solve this, we have developed .Translate, the first Braille translator based on AI. It can translate any digital text from a wide range of sources because it's being trained with millions of samples translated by humans to understand context and translate with the highest possible accuracy to Braille. .Translate is accessible from a wide range of devices. It comes with an intuitive interface, allowing anyone to translate anything themselves. But most importantly, it's free. Any product or service can integrate.
Now with the access of automated translation of Braille, any new content being created out there in the world can be brought into the format of Braille.
The cool thing about .Translate is that you can go to any website, activate the bookmarklet, and have your content translated and formatted ready for reading.
You don't have to be an expert to create a good Braille document. Everyone can just download the files and read them in a digital way.
Everything is translated so accurate. Finally, we can access any content we want.
Dot Translate is already the most accurate Braille translator, and with every word, it's getting better.
It gives us the opportunity to focus on the generation of great content rather than spending it on translation.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric, CEO of Dot. It's very nice to meet you all. Dot innovates the lives of 40 million blind people in education, jobs, and entertainment. The video that you just saw is one of the software that runs in our devices. Through our Dot Pad, blind people finally access graphics and Braille. And through our Dot Braille smartwatch, it's the perfect companion for the 40 million blind people all over the world. And through our Dot Reader, we have distributed Dot Reader in Kenya and India last year. This is the most affordable ebook reader for the blind people. So we have two business areas. One is Dot Assistive, and second is Dot Infra. Let me start with the Dot Assistive. What is the market problem?
Imagine having a Kindle that isn't a
This
visual
was like
Kindle,
a dream
but
for
instead
the blind
has
people
a
for
tactile
30
surface
years.
that can be read by a person who's blind using Braille. Refreshable Braille displays do exist, but they have a number of problems. The first is that they only display one line of text at a time. So if you can imagine trying
One
to
line
read a book
limits
on a Kindle, one
a
line
lot
of
of
text at
things
a time.
for blind
The second is that they're extremely expensive.
And it just
a single line
itself
of Braille
is really
typically
expensive.
costs between $3,000 and $5,000, and a full-page Braille display
This was dream,
would
but it
cost
never
somewhere in
happened
the region
before.
of $55,000.
And you can't do much with a single line. It's hard to read for one, so that's a pain point. But also you can't do things like graphs, you can't do spreadsheets, you can't do...
So we innovated the existing technology, 90% smaller, lighter, and affordable 3 years ago. And with our technology, we bring the world's first graphic and Braille-able tablet in the world. It's like a Macintosh GUI for the first time in the world. So on our pad, you can access like graphics, your mother's images, and like Excel spreadsheet, and like STEM education is possible. So you can access graphics. So this is a current method that how blind students learn math in real-time classes. In the US, Europe, South Korea is the same. And they spend millions of dollars to just providing that paper book. So finally, Dot innovated this market, and we selected as an official e-textbook for the blind student in the USA from next year. It's a $20 million per year, 5 years contracted deal. So we are also working with Apple to making this technology more affordable and more widely spread in the world. So on iOS app, you can access a lot of graphics and images and games for the first time in next year. So we envision this market is extremely big. So serviceable, obtainable market, we already achieved $20 million per year revenue. And we expect $700 million per year revenue if we spread this technology in G20 country, and it already happens in South Korea, China, and Middle East. So Dot Watch, the watch that I'm wearing, is our iconic device that Andrea Bocelli and Stevie Wonder is already using it. It's like an Apple Watch, smartwatch, and it's a perfect companion for the blind people. And it's already spreading in the world, more than 20,000 units in 20 countries. And let me start the Dot Infra. This is more interesting. So Dot wanted to bring our technology and our forward thinking into more larger market. So we bring our technology to the more and more and more bigger market. It's a smart city market. We make the infrastructures barrier-free for every people. So smart city market is really big. It's a $220 billion market, but we focus on this generation of disabled people, elderly people, and mobility impaired people. This COVID-19 era, untapped infra for these population, it never happened before. So we wanted to go this market. So like blind people, all the touch screen is not able to access. And like wheelchair person, all the kiosk and all the self-learning machine is really in the high, so it's like they cannot access it. So old infra doesn't help special needs. So we got a contract this year, about $16.5 million of contract with Busan Smart City. It's a first city-scale barrier-free smart city project. And in Busan, about 30% of population is traffic vulnerable. Elderly people is included, and disabled people is included. And every city and every nation has about 30% of this generation. So we installed last year the first barrier-free smart kiosk in Busan subway station. This blind guy never found his way by his own method, but like through our technology, he can access all the maps and all the data for the first time. So what had happened is we let them to see through our digital tactile maps. And for hearing impaired people, they can access with sign languages, recognize their voices. So it's like a smart machine that understands even disabled people, also non-disabled people. So we bring this all-in-one barrier-free smart solutions in Busan City, and right now it's widely spreading in City Hall and all the gucheong in South Korea. So physically impaired, hearing impaired, visually impaired, elderly people can use it without any problems. So we are bringing this technology in 120 stations in Busan, subway station. So we make entire station barrier-free. And we connect this with existing car sharing services like Kakao Mobility and government disabled people car sharing services. So we make entire subway station barrier-free, and we connect them to barrier-free stations. So for example, if you're a wheelchair person, if you have an app, you just put your destination, and we guide you through the barrier-free station. And naturally, in the nearest time, the BFDRT, the special car for the wheelchair person, will come and bring you to the destination. So we are expanding it right now. So we're going to finish our installment in Busan this year. And next year, we're going to expand to the whole Busan province. So we want to bring this technology globally. Of course, France, Europe, USA, she's not here. But like, we want to bring this technology globally right now. So like barrier-free tourism and barrier-free concept is really a head concept. Like Olympics, Expo, those committees want to accept this agenda with us. So like, and also like Korean governments registering a lot of law in the US, in the Europe is ahead above us, but like it's going the global way. So we see this market, we already achieved the serviceable attainable market of Busan City of about $16.5 million. And we think that we can expand this market in 5 years, $500 million market in 30 major cities all over the world. So we fit this quality education, reduced inequalities, and we bring this technology for the sustainable cities. So we already have global patents, over 100 patents. And that is the scale of stage. We are really R&D-focused company, so we didn't have that revenue. But this year we have revenue. We already have a revenue of about $14 million. And in 3 years, we think we can go to the IPO. So this is why I started when I first saw Braille Bible in the University of Washington 5 years ago. And we are making a future for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Judges from online, I think I would like to give you the first questions. Do you have any questions? Online judges?
Yes.
Yes.
What's the reason that the traditional Braille reader was so expensive, and how did you overcome that?
So basically, for existing devices, the core like actuators that actually generate digital Braille was really, really expensive. It was owned by Japan and Germany. Like we made our own technology using really cheap materials, and we succeeded to mass produce it, and we make the price down over 90%. And we are actually expanding this technology with the existing companies too. They are changing with our technology. So it's gonna be more affordable devices out there in 3 years, I guess.
Yes, next question from the floor? Or from online? I think we are also tired. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you, and that was our last presentation. Judges, please, can you please finalize your evaluations? Yes, the people are gathering the scorecards and calculating it. So I think it was quite a meaningful time for me also, because learning about Braille letters and for other sustainable development goals, those kind of socially impacted companies are not that much of accessible to the venture capital market, because many of the venture capital market are more focused on the business model and also for the capital gain. But just like XTC and these kinds of programs, they support the social goals and the sustainable development goals of the UN. I think it was quite a meaningful time to meet these kinds of social ventures around the years in Korea and also from the ASEAN region. And just in case, for presenting the award, Mr. Jung-woo Kim, editor-in-chief of Mail Business Newspaper, Mr. Tony Kim, Samsung Strategy and Innovation from Samsung Strategy and Innovation Center, and Mr. Uk Sang-jung, Managing Director General Manager at Korea Development Bank, will be presenting the awards shortly. Just for the reference, last year we at the Extreme Tech Challenges collaborate with KDB Next Round last year's World Knowledge Forum. 2 companies were selected and were sent to the finals. One was HLab from Korea, and the second was C88 from Indonesia. However, when I saw the finalists, I know we didn't make it. But after listening to our 10 inspiring startups, I think the Korea Asian region startups have a good chance of getting being the finalists in the XTC awards. So I think we are nearly done, close to our finish line. Are the curves done? Or is it done? So just when waiting for the finalists, the winners of today to deliver to me, I would like to express my gratitude to the judges who were evaluating the event. Yes, it was a big delay, but thank you for staying with us. So finally, I got the winners of today. Thank you for your patience. the results were delivered. For the best start for today, Mr. Once again, Jong Kim, editor-in-chief of Mail Business Newspaper, and Tony Kim from Samsung Strategy and Innovation Center, and Mr. Woo Sang-jung from KDB will be helping the award. The winner of qualification to the XTC finals are Awesome Ray and Dot. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you. First, Mr. Jong Kim, yes, Tony Kim. They will be awarding the qualifications to the two winners of today. Once again, congratulations, Awesome Ray and Dot. Thank you. Yes, just one last photo shoot for all together. Congratulations. Congratulations. So let me make it short because we are way behind schedule. Once again, we express our gratitude to all of you for attending the XTC ASEAN and Korean competition. I hope you have a safe trip back home and hope to meet you all next year. Thank you.